what will you do? So such question like this one, make sure guys you don't take the square root both side there. Don't do the square root both side. The moment there we got x2, it means I should take everything on one side, so that on my right hand side I will have 0 there. So I will take this to that other side. This is what will happen. Here I will got 0 there. I take everything on one side there, so that there I will have 0. And now in this case there I can factorize, apply different of two squares, or there I can apply my quadratic equation there. But if I can notice here, I only got A and C, because our B there, we don't have that B. Because this thing there, it is something like this, that this is what I have, which is it's x2 and -9. Yeah, all of this thing there, it's like this thing. So it means that I don't have that C. If I don't have C, I take it as in it's 0. Because 0 there represents something which is not there. Yeah, 0 represents nothing. And here we got invisible 1. So this is what will happen, that this is my A, this one there it's my B, and all of this one there it's my C. And now what I can do now in this case, I can press this thing down, my quadratic equation. Yeah, that equation guys, it's like this. Just know it, that equation divided by 2. Then I can just substitute there, so that I will press that thing down, my quadratic equation divided by 2. So when I substitute guys, here we got our B there, which is our B there, it's 0 there. And here we got our A, which is our A there, it's 1. And here we got -9 as our C. Pressing this thing down on a calculator, these are the answer that I expect you to get there, which is that it's 3 and -3. Those are the two answers that I expect you to get there. And now what you can do, because there we got two answers, those answers, they represent what we call critical values. There, do you see? Yeah. And this, it is the inequality equation. It's a must for you to draw a number line, which is positive, negative, positive. So here I write my minimum value, it's -3. Maximum value there, it's 3. And now in order for me to identify my final answer, I should go whereby 0 represent that equation. Do you see that the equation, all of this equation there, it is less than 0. If the equation there is less than 0, it means that the equation there it's negative. Do you see? Because it is less than 0. So it means that the equation will be negative starting from here until there. Do you see? And for me guys, to identify something which are between -3 and 3, this is the format that I use. Whereby here I write my minimum, then I write my maximum. My minimum value there it's -3. Maximum value there it's 3. Which is this, it's a final answer. No need for you to shade if there is no equal. No need for you to shade. Just leave your final answer like this then. Then what about for this one? For this one guys, what you can do, taking that thing there to that other side, this is what will happen. It become positive 0. And here's guys a key thing that you should understand. That negative there, I can remove that negative, the one which is here, by dividing by -1. If I remove that negative dividing by -1, remember, when you divide with a negative number, inequality sign change direction. Meaning this thing that will change direction, will point on the opposite direction. This will give me this, and there it's -4, and here it's 2. Because dividing same sign, got positive, different sign, negative. Inequality will change direction if you divide with a negative number. And now at this case guys, what I can do, I can apply my quadratic equation, because this thing now, it is in this form, plus C, whereby here that's our A, and here that's our C. And our B guys, it is invisible 0 there, here. Here we got invisible 1, so it means that we got invisible 0 as B there. And here I can identify this as A, B, and C. Substituting in that equation, this is what will happen there. In that equation there, open minus by 4, and when I substitute them, here it's my B, and that B there, it's 0 there, and for A there, it's 1, then for C there, it's minus 4. So pressing this thing down your calculator, this is what I expect you to get there, which is 2 and negative 2. Those are the answers that I expect you to get. But because this thing, guys, it is the inequality equation, it's a must for you to draw what? A number line. Whereby there you got positive, you got negative, you got positive there. Minimum value there it's minus 2. Maximum value there it's 2. And now what I can do there, I should go whereby 0 is representing the equation. So at this case, guys, I won't look up on this equation there, because now I have changed the inequality sign when I was dividing with a negative number. So it means that I should look up on this equation, whereby 0 represent the equation. That 0 there is representing the equation, and I can tell that this equation it's greater than 0. So something which is greater than 0, it's something which is positive there. So it means our equation will be positive starting from here, going that side. Even starting from here, going that side. And now what I can do there, I can identify my answers there. Here I have to identify my answers there. And I will have two solutions. 1, 2, meaning the X, I go with the arrow. And I write that 2. Or X, I go with that arrow, then I write positive 2 there. And please guys, take note that there we got what? Equal, meaning that we should shade and we should put equal. We should shade, we should put equal. So those are the final answer of this question there. Then what about for this one? So for this one, the moment that you see that negative, just divide by that negative all terms. This is what will happen there. If I can divide with that negative there, divide by this, divide by this. Remember, when you divide with a negative number, inequality sign change direction there. That thing that will change direction, become like this thing, which is here it's 0. Dividing same sign there, it's positive 2. Different sign there, will got you will get negative there. So straightforward guys, different sign they give you negative, same sign positive. So in this case there I can identify A, B, C. Invisible 1 for A, then for B there it's negative 3, then for C there it's 2. Substituting this thing down our quadratic equation, this is what will happen, which is here open, divided by what? By 2. So that I should get 2 answers. So when I substitute this thing there, my B there it's minus 3. And now for my A there it's 1. Then for C it's 2. Pressing this thing guys on a quadratic equation, I think this is what you should get there, which is 1 and 2. But different sign, so here I think that it's negative there. Let me just run a punch this thing there. Let me check. Yeah, these are the correct answer that you should get there. So I expect guys, when you punch that, you should get 1 and 2 there. And now what I can do now, I can just write my critical values on my number line, which is the minimum it's 1, maximum it's 2, all the time positive, negative, positive. And at this case guys, what I will do, I will go whereby 0 there is representing the equation, whereby that 0 is representing the equation. And there I can see that this equation, all of this equation there, it is less than 0, meaning the equation there it's negative. That equation there will be negative starting from here going there. And there got equal, I will shade. So straightforward there. For me to identify the values which are between 1 and 2, I'll use this format. Minimum it's 1, maximum it's 2. Max. And here it's min. And because guys I shade and I got equal, I should include those values. Just like this then. Do you see? Even as well as for this one, you can even start by dividing there. Dividing by what? By -1. Divide by this -1. But here's guys a key thing. Dividing with a -1, inequality sign change direction there. Meaning this thing that will point on that side. So here I've got negative, but different sign they give us negative x. Same sign they give us positive. And now at this case, what I will do, I will take everything there on one side there, trying to make the what? The equation there to be represented by what? By 0 there. That 0 there it represents the equation, and I'm able there to identify A, B, and C. This thing there it is in this form. Our A there it's invisible 1, and our B there it's -5, then our C there it's 6. And I can substitute this thing down my quadratic equation, which is here it's 2 minus by 4, and dividing there by 2a there. So my B there it will be what? It will be -5. Then for my A there it's 1. Then for the C there it's 6. So these are the value that I should get there. I should get 3, or I should get 2 there. Yeah, I should get 3 and 2 there. So I can just draw my number line. Whereby here it's positive, here it's negative, positive, and here I can write my minimum and my maximum there. Then for me to identify the final answer, I should go whereby 0 is representing the what? The equation. And there I can see that equation, it is greater than 0 there, meaning that equation there it's positive. That equation it's positive. So if that equation there is positive, it means that these are the value for x that will be included in the equation, starting from here, moving that side there, even starting from here, moving that side. So for me now to identify the final answer, I can say x, I go with the arrow, then I just say 2 there. Then I'll say or x, then I go with that arrow there. And here I'll just write 3. But because I got equal, meaning that here I should shade, at the same time that I should just put that equal. Yeah, so meaning that for all the values of x which are less than 2, they will make that equation to be positive, or for all values of x which are greater than 3, they will make that equation to be positive there. Yeah, just like that then. Thank you for your time.